Okay. Donald Trump and his buddies puts RFK in the race for the sole purpose of trying to take votes and electoral college votes away from Joe Biden. Even though there are 78 officials in swing states specifically that are in the level of occupation to deny certification of the elections, which has always been the plan. This goes to Trump stacking the deck on whatever he needs, whatever his purpose is. In the legal field, he's got judges on every side. He's got investigators on every side in every jurisdiction of every one of his properties, going all the way up to the Supreme Court, which obviously have served him well, obstructing the cases that are against him right now. But this particular thing with the votes, he's got these people in each states. He has the fake electors from last year. He's already got states calling fraud and raiding the homes of Democratic canvassers, raiding their homes, claiming that there's election interference when the election hasn't even happened yet. There are multiple states that have said they are not going to certify the election because there's going to be fraud, when in fact the only fraud that was ever found through 2020 and 2016 is on the Republican side, including 2 huge federal cases revolving around that exact fraud. So let's just get that straight right now. Now, RFK basically didn't get enough votes to make a difference. So he froze his campaign after calling Kamala Harris and trying to negotiate a position in her cabinet. She didn't even take the call, didn't call him back, not interested. He placed that same call to Donald John Trump, which was, of course, accepted. Now, at the same time this is all happening, J.D. Vance is selling J.D. Vance family starter kits, little sample cups of his man juice. Well, something that's supposed to pretend to be. And he's going around country saying things that are just as batshit crazy as his Cheeto leader himself. Now, what makes this interesting, what I think is going to end up happening, is that October surprise that he is talking about is actually replacing J.D. Vance with RFK. That's my guess. That's what I can kind of see happening, because J.D. Vance isn't doing himself any favors. For Christ's sake, this guy went into Philadelphia, into one of the most famous Philly cheesesteak places in Philadelphia, and asked for a Philly cheesesteak with Swiss cheese. This man doesn't know how to order donuts. So he's not doing Donald John Trump any favors. But neither is RFK. Someone who's even more batshit crazy, who once sawed the head off of a beached whale and tied it to the roof of his minivan with his children inside as whale juice pours down through the open windows, because the ropes were tied through the windows, and the children had to put themselves in trash bags so the juice wouldn't get all over them. Or maybe when he ate a dog, jumped off a deceased bear cub in Central Park. That guy is now being put on the Trump campaign signs right next to Trump's name and J.D. Vance underneath, which is why I believe they're going to take Vance out of it and replace him with RFK. Ladies and gentlemen, have you had enough of this yet? RFK, his own family turned against him. RFK, living off of a last name. Kind of like Trump, living off of a last name, the brand. Ladies and gentlemen, wake up. if you have any thought of voting for Trump and RFK, or Trump and the Couch Master General, you really shouldn't be voting at all. Because that just means you're not intelligent enough to recognize the responsibility that having a vote actually has. And you're definitely not a patriot. You're definitely not America first. So stay diligent, stay educated, be kind. Pay attention to the big picture and you'll see it more clearly. We are all in this together.